Hi, my name is Leonard, and my feedback has something a bit more relevance to what Eunice had said just now about social services. Okay, so what I would like to feedback is for not more budget being spent, but the way the budget is being spent. I would recommend that budget be spent on professionalizing social services. I think I can just maybe recount some stories. I've met some social social helpers, some youths who are in this company, I don't think you call it company, this organization called Care Singapore. Okay, so what Care Singapore basically does is that they help children at risk. They are attached to various schools to help them. But the problem is, these youths, although they are enthusiastic about their jobs, about helping people to alleviate themselves from whatever situations, depressions they might have in their school, as enthusiastic as they might be, they are not professional enough to help these people. One example, case in point. Okay, you have this particular rebellious student in class. He's always making noise, he's always running around, he cannot pay attention, he falls asleep pretty quickly. It takes a counselor or a professional psychologist to note out that this particular student isn't rebellious at all. It's not a character flaw in himself. It is rather a symptom of ADD, attention deficit disorder. These kinds of things, right, would need professional people to recognize and then pick them out at an early age, such that while they're young, while their characters are still malleable, you bring them to proper programs such that they can fit into society later on in life. You cannot rely on pure enthusiasm pure enthusiasm of the social workers to help them. It is good, but we need to professionalize them. And one of the problems, I've spoken to some of them, one of the problems is that they cannot sustain a living out of this passion of helping people. We need to make it a good career advancement. Social services is a glorious thing. We cannot make them pauper themselves by trying to help other people. We need to professionalize it. And I think these two things go in hand. Professionalizing it would justify the increase in their income and interest in career. So this is something I highly recommend. I think it also plays a small part in, I don't know how small, how big, but some part in narrowing the income inequality also. Okay, because I think engaging these people who seemingly fall out of society's, I don't know how I put it, but seemingly fall out of society's norms at an early age, and then putting them back right on track and helping them find a career, helping them find a purpose in life, I think that's very important, and we need to do that at an early young age. I think that's something that we should keep all in mind. I just now read Prime Minister's speech on the debate, and he raised out that that's also a very important, something we should pay more attention on. Second thing I would like to talk about, final thing also, is about education, giving people a second chance. I have some family friends who have found that they have taken on a new liking later on in their lives, maybe in their 30s, maybe in their 40s. I think these people should be given a second chance to help them revocate. I understand the government has some schemes on helping people to upgrade their skills. I think that's a good movement, and in that spirit too, we should help them not only to go up in terms of their social mobility, we should also help them to find a passion in life. I think passion is very important. Finding your own passion in life, early or late in life, is important in helping you sustain the interest in career and some motivation in work. I think these things are intangible, but I think we have come to a point in time in society which can invest just a little bit on the intangibles. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Was it David? Apologies for that.
Leonard.
Leonard, thank you very much. Very useful inputs. Indeed, I do think that also our society has arrived at a stage where we seriously need to build up our capabilities and capacity in social services. And it is an important area that we will have to pay more attention to. You are right that helping people who are in need cannot be just based on enthusiasm and kind-heartedness alone. There is actually a whole set of skills involved, and also very important that they are able to build up support network in order to really make a difference to the individual's lives. I thought that maybe I'll just make a small, brief response to another point that you make that I think is very important. You are very right to point out that unlike in the past, when people join the workforce, they can expect to stay in the same job, and sometimes within the same company, or at least in the same industry for their entire lifetimes. The way jobs have changed and transformed doesn't make this very likely anymore. More likely for people not only to have to work for different employers, but more likely that they will perform different functions and in completely different industries, because the pace of change has gained so much speed. From about 6 to 8 years ago, we've started investing heavily in continuing education and training. In other words, apart from our education system's heavy investments at tertiary level, at ITE level, we've also taken a very bold step forward to acknowledge that if you really want people to be able to stay employable and get good jobs for life, it cannot stop from the point that they join the workforce. So continuing education and training really means adult education. After you've worked a few years, you need to sort of top up your account, you know, where skills are concerned. And sometime in 2013, 2 new continuing education, or CET for short, 2 new CET campuses will already be completed. And the idea is that we want to make it a very natural part of a person's adult working life. That from time to time, you will go in and you will acquire a new set of skills and keep yourself updated, so that when the economies restructure and change directions, you are still equipped to capture the new opportunities. These are very significant investments, and actually it's also a new area for us. We've traditionally been more focused on pre-employment training. We've become very good at it. In this area of CET, we need to build up a lot more, and I'm optimistic and hopeful that in 10 years when we will look back at what we've started in CET, would have made a lot of difference, and we'll be able to help a lot more people to, like your friend, switch vocations, you know, go into areas that they want. And in truth, also, people don't discover their passion so early. Sometimes you only discover your passion after a few years of working. And you're right, we want to be able to make this kind of switches, you know, more seamless and, you know, easier to happen. So be assured we will continue to keep up our investments in CET. Thanks.